Well, Hillary Clinton seems to be looking past the primaries, setting her sights on Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. According to a report in today's New York Times, the Clinton campaign is starting to consider how to oppose Trump in the general election, weighing his strengths and weaknesses. Joining us now, Gianno Caldwell, a Republican strategist who worked on Mitt Romney's 2012 campaign. Also with us, Harlan Hill, a Democratic strategist and political consultant. To you first, Harlan, is that a good strategy? Is it a smart strategy on the part of the Hillary Clinton campaign? Is Donald Trump a sure thing?
I think Donald is a sure thing. We'll get confirmation this evening, and we'll really get definitive proof after March 15th. But I'll say this. I think that she should weigh Donald's strengths and weaknesses, but also her own. It's clear that when you look at the polls, people don't trust her, and they don't think that she's empathetic to their problems. So she needs to do some self-reflection as well.
Yeah, I suppose, Gianno, if you're the Donald Trump campaign, there's plenty of material to work with if Hillary Clinton comes after you.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with that. And I actually agree with what Harlan says in terms of looking at her strengths. But what we know is Donald Trump has ran an unconventional race this campaign season. So unconventional that some people are actually looking forward to seeing Kanye West run for president in 2020. So unconventional. But what we know is the Hillary Clinton campaign and some of her allies have already decided what they're going to do with this race. They've decided that they're going to take the David Duke endorsement and make it a campaign about race, which I think is something that will backfire on them, considering the fact that Hillary Clinton's record on race hasn't been good. This is a candidate who has said that black people are super predators. This is a candidate who has said that the '94 crime bill is a good thing, something that has led to mass incarceration of African Americans and Hispanics. And I think when it comes down to it, we have a lot that we can look at in terms of Hillary Clinton's record on any number of issues, her problematic record on being honest, that we can look at, and we can run a really good campaign against her.
Harlan, what about just the states that come into play because Donald Trump is in the race? He says, for instance, that he could turn New York red because, well, he says he's popular here in the state of New York. Could he?
We saw a poll yesterday, actually, that showed that he was very competitive and, in fact, ahead of her on Long Island and within striking distance throughout the entire state of New York. So I believe that. And it's not just in New York. I think it's also in New Jersey and in Rust Belt states like, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. And if Democrats are playing defense in those states, it's a totally different ballgame from even 2012. Mitt Romney was really never competitive in Pennsylvania, even though they tried to pretend that they were at the end. I think Donald Trump will be.
What about the excitement gap, Gianno? I mean, Hillary Clinton is a known quantity. She's been on the national stage for a quarter century. Donald Trump, although he is, well, he's certainly been on the national stage, he's new to politics. Does the excitement factor of a potential Trump nomination, does that benefit the Republicans?
It does benefit them, I believe. I believe that Donald Trump is speaking to issues that many folks believe isn't existing on either side of the fence in terms of the Democrats and Republicans. No one's speaking to those issues. I guest hosted a show, the Armstrong-Williams show, last night on Sirius XM, and I had a truck driver call me and say, hey, I don't like Donald Trump as an individual. I don't agree with everything he says, but one thing I do agree with is on immigration. He said that illegal immigrants are driving down wages and he needs to feed his family. So there's these very cabinet type issues that people may agree with him on that he speaks out forcefully on. So that has created some excitement, whether it be for one issue or Donald Trump as a whole. People are looking at him because he's bringing up issues that not many folks or candidates have because they haven't been popular issues to bring up.
Harlan, we introduced you as a Democratic strategist and political consultant. If you were consulting with Hillary Clinton's campaign and they said, how do we go after Donald Trump? What do you say?
I would say that the two most important issues to attack Trump on are, one, his inexperience, and really, two, that he's a loose cannon. That this is a guy that controls, the nuclear arsenal. Can you really trust this guy? And I think that they need to discredit him on that level, on that fundamental level, that this guy should be keeping you awake at night. So that's what I would say. And then from Hillary's perspective, she really needs to address the enthusiasm gap. Republicans are enthusiastic about, the various different options that they have. Democrats are not the same way.
Right.
It's a real problem.
Jono, same question in reverse. If you were advising the Trump campaign, how would you go after Hillary Clinton?
Well, first off, we have to wonder if Hillary Clinton will actually be around for her run for president, considering that there's over 100 FBI agents currently investigating her, and they've expanded the investigation 3 times now. What I would say is we need to look at her integrity. Does she have any? I don't think she does. We need to look at her honesty and trustworthy numbers, which are very, very low. I think those are things that you can bring up all day long. Also, she has a record. Harlan mentioned that Donald Trump is an inexperienced politician, which he is. He also mentioned that he was a loose cannon. Many people view him that way. But what they view Hillary Clinton on is a broken promises, a record of inaction on a number of things. And when she was a U.S. Senator for 8 years, a number of the things she's been bringing up now, issues that she's brought up during this campaign, she took no action on. So I think there's a lot to work with when it comes to running against Hillary Clinton for president. We
are going to have to leave it there. We'll see if these two do become the nominee, and we'll know a lot about that direction after tonight. Jono Caldwell, Harlan Hill.
Thank you for having me.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.